NOCTERRA by Image Comics. So this is actually going to be a 2-issue video. I'm going to discuss NOCTERRA issue number 7, which just came out this week. But I'm also going to talk about the Blacktop Bill origin story one-shot that came out a little while back. I'm going to do that first. So if you guys are here just for number 7, I'll put chapters if you're watching this on YouTube, so you can just skip to that. I'll also put a time stamp somewhere if you're watching this somewhere else, so you can just skip to that. But yeah, let's jump into the Blacktop Bill special, and then we'll talk about issue number 7. So the Blacktop Bill special was stupid, in my opinion. Because Blacktop Bill is one of those characters that the more you learn about him, the less fascinating he becomes. He's a mystique character, and when you keep giving us information about him, he starts losing that mystique. He's basically like xenomorphs. Like, they were cool when we had no idea what the hell they were, what their history was. We just knew that they were monstrous creatures that were freaking dangerous as hell. But then the more of a history you learned about them, the more we got to see of them, the less scary they became, at least to me. That's Blacktop Bill. The more we see of Blacktop Bill, the less interesting he becomes. So having a whole origin issue about him just, I think, was a really bad idea. Especially since the story behind his origin is very, very stupid. Like, I didn't like his origin story at all. I thought it was very dumb. So, yeah. First off, the illustrations are terrible, in my opinion. It's very stylized, and maybe some people out there will like this style. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I hate this style. I hate this, like, really rough looking. It feels like an early sketch to a panel. I see this mostly in manga, but comics do it too, where you sketch out the layouts. That's pretty much what this looks like. It looks like you're quickly sketching out like what the layouts of the panel and the pages are going to be, and then afterwards you go in, you add a lot more details, and then you ink it and all that stuff. This feels like it never left the layout stage, and I don't like that. Again, that's me personally. But the story itself is dumb. So the story itself is basically Val and Bellwether are talking about Blacktop Bill. This is from an earlier issue in the NOCTERRA main run, where Val calls Bellwether and asks for information on Blacktop Bill. And this is the conversation that we never saw in that issue. So that's the structure behind the whole issue. It's Bellwether telling Val the story of Blacktop Bill. And the story, like I said, is very dumb, because the story comes across like someone in junior high or something who wants to write the most edgiest character that they can, and it just becomes laughable at how, like, it's like that person who's like trying to one up how cool they are, but with this it's like how scary and badass he is. But it's just so much that it's just, I'm like, this is dumb. So it starts off in there, Bellwether is like, those guys that have like a loving family, a wife that loves them, kids that adore them. He's quiet, he's nice. Everything about him seems perfect, but a little too perfect. And then you find out that he actually has like a shed in his backyard, that he has tools that he uses to murder and torture people. Well, Blacktop Bill is not that person. Blacktop Bill is the person that kills those people. So then it's like, oh, okay, so Blacktop Bill is a good guy, right? No, because Blacktop Bill is also a hitman, okay? But he's a hitman that murders other hitman. Oh, okay. So is he a good guy then? No, because the hitman job, that's just what he does when he's on the clock. When he's not on the clock, he also murders people. Okay, so he just murders people. Yeah, but see, when he's on the job, it's because it's a job. But when he's not on the job, it's because he loves the passion of the kill. He loves murdering people. Okay? And those people who, like, when they murder, they'll leave clues behind. They have the same MO, so that the cops will basically gather clues on who they are, and they'll have their name in the newspapers. They have the notoriety. They almost want to get caught so that they can become famous. Yeah? Well, Blacktop Bill is not that. Blacktop Bill, he makes all his kills seem like accidents. Whether it be, falls, overdoses, suicides, drownings, because he doesn't want the notoriety. He just wants the death. Okay? Yeah. And we have this scene where these people are having their photograph taken over this cliff edge, and Blacktop Bill has put explosives to blow up the cliff edge, and then the people fall to their death, and he's just watching this, sipping his soup. And then they're like, well, what do you know about his name? Blacktop? Yeah, what's Blacktop made out of? Asphalt? Yeah, but think deeper. What's asphalt made out of? Dead stuff? Yeah, it's made out of ancient microorganisms crushed into black flowing goop. And then I'm like, okay, so like, is that how he got his name? Like, we see him driving around in his truck and stuff. Does he like kill people and then bring their bodies and then like dice them up and then use their bodies to make makeshift asphalt? No, it's just like a metaphor. It's just a metaphor for the fact that asphalt is made out of dead stuff, and he likes driving in a truck. So, asphalt, blacktop, Blacktop Bill. There you go. You get it? No, not really. Well, whatever. We're moving on. and and yeah, it's stupid. It's like this is the kind of guy who he likes to read books. Oh, okay. So Blacktop likes to read books. All right. What does that have to do with it? He likes to read philosophy. Okay. So is he like smart or something, or is he just like one of those people that like think they're smart and they just throw a bunch of word salads, but you have no idea what the hell they're talking about and they don't know what they're talking about? Like, why the hell do I care that he reads philosophy? Why do I care that he's named after asphalt because of the asphalt's made out of dead things? Why do I care about the fact that he's a hitman that murders hitman, but then he also likes to kill people when he's not murdering hitman? And another thing is they make this truck seem like this big thing, because at the end of the issue, we come back to the present day where we see him like crash his sports car with the giant machine gun on top. And then he makes his way to this garage and he opens it up and there's his truck. And you think, oh, wow, like this is the big like wham moment. This is a huge cliffhanger. This is a huge like, oh my God, he has his truck now. But then we never see him actually do anything with the truck in his past. All he does with his truck is he drives around in it. He drives to a coffee shop, or I should say a diner, and then he drives to the cliff to leave the explosives. So he just drives in his truck. So why do we care about the fact that he has his truck back? Like, you should have done something with the truck. You should have had the truck is where he carries the victims of the people he killed. He uses his truck, he kills people, get rid of the whole stupid, he doesn't want his name in the paper stuff. Like, have it so they never find the bodies. And the reason they never find the bodies is because he takes the body and he mashes it up. And he carries the bodies in his truck. He takes them to his like shed somewhere out in the woods. And then he, cuts the body into pieces. He grinds the body up. He basically turns the bodies into asphalt. And then he puts the asphalt onto the back of his truck. And then he drives somewhere and then he uses the makeshift asphalt to pave roads somewhere. So basically when we see him driving around, he's literally driving on his victims. And the truck is the symbol of like, this is, he carried all his victims on this truck. That would have been, okay, cool. So now we have him with his truck back. But you don't do anything like that. The asphalt is just a name because asphalt is made of dead things and he likes death. That's it. The truck, we're supposed to think, oh, it's cool or it's, spooky or whatever that he has his truck back, but we never see him do anything in his truck when he was alive, or not alive, when he was a regular human before he became this human shade thing. So the whole thing is stupid. I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb. But yeah, there you go. There's Blacktop Bill. Kind of destroyed all the mystique behind it. So, yay. But yeah, let's ignore that. Let's go to issue number 7. So this is the first issue of NOCTERRA since, ignoring the one-shot Blacktop Bill special. This is the first issue of NOCTERRA since fall last year. Because issue 6 came out in fall of last year, and I guess it went on a hiatus. I didn't know that Image Comics did hiatus, but it seems like a lot of indie comics do hiatus. Because a lot of series that I've read have gone on hiatus, not just from Image, but also like Stake, for example, went on hiatus. So yeah, I didn't know comics did that, but it's back from hiatus. We see Valve, and she now has a convoy, and the convoy is basically it's 3 separate trucks. Actually, we see it's 4 separate trucks. We see 3 regular trucks, and then we see like a taco truck. So on the first truck, we have Valve. We have her Shot. Shot is basically the person who rides shotgun, and that's Bailey. And then we have M. And Valve is her truck is built for speed. And then we have Bellwether, and we have her Shot, whose name is Tars. And Bellwether is the big gun. She has basically a bunch of light cannons on her rig. She's basically the big damage dealer. And the problem with that is that when she uses her light cannons, it takes a while. It puts a strain on the battery and it takes a while for it to charge back up. So she's kind of dead in the water when that happened. And then we have Slab, who's basically the supply rig. They're the ones that, carry the supplies. And he has his shot, Nephili. And Nephili is dressed like a Valkyrie for some reason. She's basically one of the best hunters on the road. And yeah, she's decked out with the Valkyrie helmet. She even has like the Valkyrie gear. It seems very odd and kind of out of place. And then we have Callie, and he's the cook of the group. And his shot is Dino, who is like the ecologist. So I guess her job is to say what the shades are made out of. The other weird thing is that these here, like we actually have them eating shades. And I don't remember that ever being a thing. Because in earlier issues, if you got scratched or bit by a shade, or if you were out in the darkness for too long, you became a shade yourself, or you got the virus and you started transforming into one. But here we have them killing a shade and they're all like wondering what it is. Like, is it a rat mixed with the cat mixed with the possum? Is it a rabbit? It's like, what is it? And yeah, they're going to eat it. So yeah, that's Valve's convoy. Valve's the leader of this group, and they have a new mission. And their new mission is basically to, they have like these numbers, like coordinates left from Bailey's grandpa's diary, his journal. They believe that Bailey's grandpa is the reason for this blackout. For anyone who doesn't know about the blackout or the big PM, is basically when all the sun kind of disappeared and the world was cast in darkness and there was never any sunlight ever again. And because of that, shades and stuff started coming up. It's believed that Bailey's grandpa was part of the creation behind the big PM, but he also has a way to reverse the effect. And it's basically, it's an equation that will take them to this place called Eos, which is a city of light somewhere deep in the earth. And they believe that somehow they can use this equation in Eos to bring all the light back and destroy all the shades and stuff. They're basically trying to retrace Bailey's grandpa's steps to see if they can find more information on this equation. So they come up to this one place. I thought this was kind of cool. They call it the drive-in. And basically when the big PM happened, it started as a movie drive-in. But more and more people started coming in and bringing TVs and film reels and stuff, and they just started stacking them on top of each other. So now it's basically just this giant fortress made out of TV and movie screens that plays movies 24/7, and it's one of the most fortified places on the world because of all the lights and stuff. So they show up and they want to try to gather more information on this equation because the grandpa was here before. But when they show up, they realize that everyone is missing. There's no one around. All the livestock is still alive. And they're kind of like, that's weird. Like, if they were attacked by shades, the shades would have killed the animals. So where are all the people? And all of a sudden, this kid pops up. His name is Adam. And Adam basically explains what happened. He says that they were like human shades, but nothing made any sense. Like, the shades kept going into the light, and they were being burned. Because the light burns and kills the shades if they get too much on them. But they just ignored the burn. They didn't care if they were getting burned and dying off. They just kept sending wave after wave after wave until eventually they were able to get inside. And then when they got inside, they just grabbed everyone and they took them. They didn't kill the people. They didn't slaughter them. They kidnapped them and left with them. And Adam somehow was able to hide under a bunch of dolls and light panels and stuff like that, so they didn't see him. So they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, shades don't kidnap people, they kill them. And shades obviously don't like the light. They wouldn't just ignore getting burned. Like, if the light fell on them, they would run away. So what's going on? And M is basically explaining how he was a shade for a while before he was able to reverse the effects, and that you can find in earlier issues. And M explains that when he was under the influence of the shade, he realized that the shade's language isn't as simple as humans think it was. Like, humans think, oh, when the shades are communicating, it's almost like apes or dolphins. It's just like noises, but it's words. They're a lot more intelligent and smarter than we assumed. And they have some kind of plan. It's a bigger plan, and it's all coming to a head soon. and before they find out how soon, they get attacked by megas. Megas are like the top of the food chain when it comes to shades, and so they gotta escape. I'm not going to spoil anything else. I will just say that we have some action scenes. We have something happen to one of Valve's convoy team members. And let's just say that Valve's plan of trying to, retrace the grandpa's footsteps and gather more, for their equation, let's just say that gets kind of thrown out the window, and then you have to come up with a new plan. And the new plan is a very, very interesting plan. I'm not going to say what the new plan is because it's, that's what the cliffhanger is for this issue. And I don't want to spoil that. But it's very interesting. And I'm kind of wondering why this is the plan that Valve wants to go with. Like, I'm confused. Everyone is against this plan. Like, when she brings up the plan, everyone's like, no, that's stupid. Like, we should not do that plan. But Valve's the leader. What Valve says goes. So they're going with that plan. And yeah. I'll end it here. So with that said, I'll say NOCTERRA 7, good issue. I like the artwork in it, way better than the Blacktop Bill one shot. Story's still interesting. I'm so interested in the direction this is going. If I were to grade this issue, I'll say maybe a 7.5 out of 10. And again, like for anyone, if this is like new video, whatever, to me, 5 is average. So I know if some people think like a 5 is a terrible score. No, 5 is average, 6 is above average, 7 is good, 8 is great, 9 is awesome, near perfect, and a 10 is a perfect. And I've never given anything a 10 before. So this is a 7.5. This is good, almost great. But it's a really enjoyable issue. I'm still liking the direction that NOCTERRA is going. I'm so interested to see where it goes. And yeah, this is still one of my favorite ongoing series at the moment. So if you guys haven't checked out NOCTERRA already, check it out. You can skip the Blacktop Bill one shot and just read the main 7-issue run so far. If you guys have read the previous NOCTERRA and you're wondering if you should continue it, I say yes. Like it's that good. Like it's still really, really fascinating. There you go. NOCTERRA issue number 7 by Image Comics. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys next time. If you guys got any recommendations for comics, manga, stuff like that, let me know, and I'll try and check them out. It doesn't even have to be new stuff. It can be like retro stuff, because I'm always down to do retro comics as well. But yeah, I mean, if you got any ongoing comics that you think I should read, let me know, because a lot of the comics that I have been reading have already like saw their end, like they've reached their conclusion. And a lot of the new stuff that I'll check out, there hasn't really been anything interesting me. So my comic reading list has been dwindling down more and more and more. So if there's stuff out there that you think is really good I should check out, please let me know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.